As we kick off part 1 of 4. Here we go then. In 90 minutes time, or maybe 120 minutes of FC time, we're going to find out. Player number 29 of 32 that's on their way to the FC Pro World Championships. Who'll be extending their trip in Riyadh. Will it be ManuBachoore or Yascow?
Two players, both deserve to be there, you would say, given this season's performances. Coming through the FC Pro Open Cups and their achievements this season. That's a green time, low driven Travella from ManuBachoore. Give him an inch and he will take a mile, and he takes the lead.
I was going to say, to your point, there's no players left, is there, from the FC Pro Partner Leagues? They all crashed out of the competition. So did those players, the 5 of them that came through the last chance qualifier. It is the remaining 8 names that, as you said, came through the online competitions, the FC Pro Open Cups that took place at different points in the season. Yes, they featured in FC Pro Partnered Leagues and maybe even an E-Champions League, but it wasn't good enough to get that auto-qualification ticket into the FC Pro World Championships. They've had to go the long way around with these play-ins. A man who's been crowned a world champion before in Saudi Arabia is ManuBachoore. As it stands, he has the advantage in this one. I mean, you start to look towards the club championship points, Richard, with Team Liquid on the verge of having 3 players there. Of course, a long way still to go in this game, but that could be the case.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now in those club championships, there are a few games that are taking place live. Right now in the Esports World Cup, Team Falcons on 3,250 points. Team Liquid in second on 3,200 points. I think it could be a big bit of movement given the FC Pro World Championships with the players that are going to be there guaranteed.
You remember last year they had the exact same scenario, didn't they? They had 3 players.
Oh,
what speed boost that is. Little Messi, Yascow!
The space opened up and Yascow just burst through it. The acceleration from Messi and then the composed finish.
We are hearing that the next match is also being set up and ready to go in this all-important qualification round. When it is live, we'll head over there as ManuBachoore will win a corner. Well, Yascow has just doubled the tally in a matter of minutes.
I mean, looks like... Oh, it's just offside there. Could have added a third. I was trying to figure out where we're going next, Brandon. I was seeing what game I think it will be, and I think it could be...
Probably Umut, isn't it?
I think it might potentially be happy. Oh, it is Umut. It's Umut PHzin. The chat are waiting. They're eager. They're ravenous for happy.
He will be there. He will be there at some point. We can promise you, we'll be on stream.
This game's a grand final.
We just need a minute just to sync up the players' webcams and names. But this is Umut against PHzin. One of them will make it to the World Championships. One is going to be absolutely devastated. I mean, this is the worst game to lose, honestly.
And how many times has Umut been in this scenario, Brandon, over the last 12 months? I want to count 4.
Yeah. If he's got his headphones on, hopefully, I don't want him to hear us saying it as we come out in the live arena, but he's had a World Championship qualification game that I think he's lost probably, the last 3 times? Last 3 years he's had it, all 3 opportunities. When you look at PHzin, I mean, eliminated from the group stages at the FC Pro Open after the KTZN comeback, which was incredible. Didn't get the chance to play in an FC Pro Partnered League for a number of reasons, and he had to go and fall back on a playing spot, which is where he is right now.
I would have thought that these two would have played against each other at some point as PHzin breaks the deadlock once again. ManuBachoore, the goalkeeper turned centre-back, dominant in the box.
This game sort of goes quite well with a bit of sort of like lobby, like elevated music. It feels too chill for the big occasion that it is. PHzin on the hump for a second. Can he find that through ball run? Oh, he can. What a run. What a goal. What a piece of FC that is.
The extra pass is glorious. Stoikov with the goal. As we jump on board there with Umut's tactics, we're not going to give too much away as we are going out into the arena. As ManuBachoore has equalled up, but this could be perfect timing! Yascow back in front. Once again, Lionel Messi the scorer. 3-2.
What a game this has been. The third time that Yascow has led. There's Reece James this time is stopped by Vicario. Well, that's this one hits half time. Let's jump back over if we can. As PHzin has just found a third in 18 minutes. It's the FC Pro previous champion against the former world champion, but this is one-way traffic so far, Richard. 3-0 in under 20 minutes.
It's when you have two players who are so good, so good at the game, playing against each other, sometimes, I would say majority of the time, you see close affairs, close games. But sometimes you see these huge scorelines and you think, where did that come from? Where on earth did that come from? Look at the Champions League final that we just saw. PSG and Milan. No one expected that result. And sometimes the quality and the timing is just too good. But Umut himself is a world champion. He has got a winning mentality as that one squirms wide of the post.
You've also got to think though, Rich, when you're 3-0 down in a game like this, that qualification game, and you're in your own head at this point going, I can't get this far to go and throw it away. No matter who's on the opposite side of me, whoever's on the other console. Has to score the next goal. Otherwise, it really is going to be a tough ending to his FC season. What a start from PHzin. What an incredible start it's been. Remember, there are still 2 more games that will be coming up following this one. We are staggering all of the qualification games. You can catch them at different moments and different points, including that happy game, which has not kicked off yet, versus DullenMIKE, and Mark 11 versus Quana. Those are also FC Pro World Championship qualification games, which will be coming up live on broadcast.
That second goal was something special, wasn't it? The through ball, the extra pass, the ease in which he made it look.
Well, shall we give this a moment then of pause, and let's head back over to our other game. 3-0 PHzin is leading. As he's offside there, that one won't be a 4-3-3. The scoreline in this one.
We will be holding those other 2 matches between DullenMIKE and Happy, and also Quana and Mark 11. But until then, we've got 2 World Championship spots to give out.
Well, it looks like this will be the first one that will conclude unless it goes all the way into extra time. Of course, ManuBachoore, a previous world champion, as Lionel Messi was loading that one up for finish on his weak foot.
Great pass.
Hansen certainly has got the legs to get around Nuno Mendes. Can she find the one more pass? She can! Harry Kane, clinical. ManuBachoore back on top, 4-3 leads.
It's a superb pass. The double tap through ball into Harry Kane's path. And then it's all about the finish from Harry Kane. That low driven right boot into the bottom corner. That's a big goal from Umut just before half time. It will give him a bit of confidence. It'll give him a bit of relief.
As we said, a really important goal. If he was to concede and be 4-0 down by the halfway point, Would have been terrible. He has still got a corner to defend, though, before he goes into that small break. That one comes in time. Green, great save. Canate, another wave of pressure from PHzin. Punched away that time by Canate. Added time of just a minute. As much as he's doing all he can Umut to defend it, the ball just keeps falling back into the hands of PHzin. Another corner. 3 of them in under a minute. That one goes towards the back post. It was flicked on. That one should do us now for a moment to breathe between the two as we go back over here. "5-4. Manu leads. 20 minutes away from getting back to the World Championships.
Place. Which just feels wrong without ManuBachoore in those World Championships. And that's a 6th. That could be a bit of distance.
A perfect way to go into a pause, just to add on some extra fresh legs. This one's just kicked off for the second half. Umut actually missed it. It was 3-0 down in 18 minutes. Did just get a goal back before we went into half-time.
A nice pass, not quite. But we're going to see the crowning moments, aren't we, from all 4 of our finalists. As we wait for games 3 and 4 to kick off and get underway. That's a Travella from deep and it crashes against the bar.
What an effort from Umut, coming so close. To finding a second there. As soon as the other game is out the pause, we will head straight back to it if we can. ManuBachoore against Yascow. That one will conclude first, and we will find out our next FC Pro World Championship spot, where it's gone to. By the looks of it, it is going to be heading towards Team Liquid. Their pro player in Manu. Hang on a second. PHzin. 3-goal cushion again. He's back on pole position. So it's going to be a really difficult last 35 minutes here for Umut to try and turn this one around, because PHzin is playing some of his best FC at the most important time of the season.
And it could be another PHzin Esports representative at the FC Pro World Championships.
Eight minutes. What a situation for Team Liquid as well, by the way, Rich, as we said before. They have 3 players from the 32.
Yeah.
His 4th year in a row.
Wait.
Making the World Championship. Rich, what is this? This is a happy game.
Hold the phone. Chat. I hope you're happy. Because we've got
broadcast.
We've got the player you wanted. and he's taking on DullenMIKE in a qualifying match.
We finally get to see the Mexican pro in action up against DullenMIKE, but he finds himself 1-0 down in 3.5 minutes. What a tournament he's having, by the way, DullenMIKE. What an ending, potentially, to his FC Pro season. We'll jump back across if we can, because we want to finish ManuBachoore against Yascow. I know the chat won't like that, but we are going to go back, all right? We will see a good 80-plus minutes of Happy's game against DullenMIKE, who does lead by 8-0. 4 minutes away, Richard Buckley, for ManuBachoore making it to his 4th World Championship. 4 years in a row. He won one of them back in 2023 when he became a world champion.
He is moments away from getting that all-important key that opens the door to the FC Pro World Championship Finals.
We'll try and keep you the moment as well on camera if we can. What a moment, the pressure that these players would have been feeling coming into it, knowing that there's
Yascow puts controller down.
Tickets from 48. And in time of 1 minute, that's our next pro we found at the World Championship. He will be there next week to battle out for a $1 million prize pool. Congratulations to ManuBachoore. Team Liquids have a 3rd player who will be representing them on FC 25.
When you look down the list from the play-ins, was it ever in doubt that ManuBachoore wouldn't be there? A winner through and through. A world champion. He knows what it takes to win, and here he goes to celebrate that moment, knowing that he will join his teammates, Levi David and Emre Yilmaz, next week. And he signs the key to book his place into the FC Pro World Championship Finals.
He's there. 3 more spots remain. Consistency is absolutely ridiculous from that man. Congratulations, Manu. We'll leave him to it because we've got to get back to some more games, which looks to be the next one that will finish first will be Umut against PHzin. Then it'll be Happy versus DullenMIKE. But this is really running away, and it's a cruel old esport sometimes, this one, Rich. But for Umut,
it's that small margin, isn't it? I talk about it all the time. 3-1. He has a Trivela from that sort of range where he just was attacking there. It hits the crossbar. If that game goes 3-2, it's a completely different story. It's gone from a rom-com that PHzin's the start to a thriller in which Umut would be chasing him down. Instead, it's happily ever after for PHzin, and he will be at another World Championship.
just looking here, Richard. I mean, you can hear me in the room as well. I feel terribly bad, but you look across, 1 game away in the virtual Bundesliga last year from a World Championship ticket, 1 game away in the FC Pro Open last year from a World Championship ticket. You go back the year before that, the same story for him in his FC Pro Partnered League, just 1 game too short, and unfortunately, it's the same storyline for him here.
So close, but so far. And it feels like an eternity away, doesn't it?
Well, good news. Happy's back on broadcast. He's actually scored as well, Richard.
Yeah, he has 1-1 in this matchup between DullenMIKE and Happy. DullenMIKE, lovely through ball. Went for that first time chip over the keeper.
Speak about, I mean, look at PHzin and especially DullenMIKE, their levels that they've shown coming into this competition. It's clear to see, Rich, the practice has been put in the boot camp across these last 2 months. Between the gap between the Champions League to now, or the gap between the FC Pro Partner Leagues to now.
Shows that it pays off, doesn't it? Put the work in. PHzin. Again, very similar to ManuBachoore. It would feel not right if he wasn't at the World Championships.
The Tweedy, Trivella. Vitinha, Yascow! Happy in front.
Really, really nice recycle around the box. Finds Eusebio, and as he has done all tournament long, for the 4 days we've been watching, on either foot, composed on either side, as PHzin is once again a World Championship finalist. He's at the FC Pro World Championships. Incredible from PHzin. And talk about the journey this season, Brandon.
It ain't been easy for him, has it? But PHzin has just saved his season. He is there amongst the best 32 in the world. And he's got every right of a chance to be a world champion this time next week. Well, the looks of it, the game's not even finished, but the scoreline's that big that Umut just said, look, it's over. It's done.
That right there is a scary opposition for any of the current finalists there. Commiserations to Umut. So close, yet so far. We don't need to do anything, just look at that.
For Tussie Esports, I mean, what a time to arrive for picking up PHzin.
Just look at that outpour. Two really different, interesting reactions as well. ManuBachoore, it was expected that he was going to be there. He almost... It wouldn't have felt right if he wasn't there. PHzin hasn't been the same PHzin that we've seen in previous years. And this is a redeeming moment. This is redemption on that season for him, as he will sign his name into the 32. Congratulations to PHzin.
Well, you thought this tournament was already stacked. Look at the names that are filing through. MC Pro champions on his way. World champion ManuBachoore is on his way. And you can see exactly what it means to him. No, also could be on the cards, Richard Buckley.
Go on.
Anders Vergang beat PHzin.
Certainly could be.
Bring it on. Right, let's jump back into the action if we can. We are loading up Quana versus Mark 11 as well. That's going to be our final match that would conclude last. A happy versus Dullen.
Happy. 2-1 up, coming out after half-time. What a journey he's been on today, Brandon. Beating Damasus 7-3. Beating Ali K 10-3.
Saw a few shots of him there as well. As we said, it's a real hard one for him to face again. That qualification game for a World Championship ticket, he just falls short. He's always there, he's always on the edge. And as DullenMIKE looks for an equaliser, lovely little cancellation of the skill move there of Elise. He might have actually been better of taking the original angle.
We saw Happy at the Pro Open, didn't we? But I don't think anyone would have predicted this other than the 3,000 in the chat. As Shelling puts Happy 3-1 up here.
Of all goal scorers as well. One of the new icons this year on FC25. Sheena makes it 3-1 to Happy. DullenMIKE though looking to reply. That's going to fall back. What a save on the rebound. It trickles in.
This game's far from over. DullenMIKE has given us many memorable moments in his FC career. As has Happy. Remember when he qualified? And him and his dad both in tears of jubilation.
I wonder if he's there in the room with him or not. Can he be clutch? Can he make the most of this? Still in possession somehow. Bouncing around, Neto! We're off to extra time!
Absolutely incredible scenes. Happy with a 90th minute equaliser, unless that ball just too hard for DullenMIKE, and we go into extra time. Hold the phone. What is happening here?
Just for context, for those that didn't see, Mark 11 was 2-0 up in under 10 minutes. Quana came back and was 3-2 up. We left the game. We've joined it back now. And there's been another goal before half-time. 10 goals between these two. Unbelievable.
Half-time, 6-4. That is some result. As we go into extra time here.
Wait a second, what a ball that is. Elise, Dalglish saved!
What a save. What a save that is.
Really important save as well, Rich, to keep DullenMIKE in this one. What a ball that is. Cascarino, goalie's gone missing. There was always just an open gap. Such a risky move to take.
Just expected the shot across the goal, didn't it? Gave Cascarino the entire near post. And it was as simple a finish as you're going to get.
Oh, is that in the box?
Yellow card, edge of the box.
Wow. Just outside the box, but we know how good these could be, Richard. So many times you see these flying to the back of the net.
He's moved the keeper all the way over. As long as he's on target on that side, it's a goal.
Eusebio, bar it in! 5-5!
It was just all about the placement. He probably moved the goalkeeper a little bit too far over, meaning that he didn't have the space with the defender to mark. He had too much space, should I say, with the defender to mark. It's a very reckless slide tackle as well. Just looking back at it. Free kick of his own now. What does DullenMIKE have in the locker?
Carpenter. Pedro Neto looking just to drive instead. Happy. An interesting angle there. Just for context, there are 2 remaining games of this competition that are live still. Mark against Quana, which had 10 goals before half-time. Quana 6-4 up last time we heard about that one. And this game here, which is still 5-5, nothing to separate the two, and we are in extra time.
Look at that.
It's rough from Elise. Chavella Green!
Tell you what a save that is from the goalkeeper. And again, Vicario called him to action and he answers it. What a pass that is! That's unlucky. I thought Pedro Neto were about to be in.
The level of FC on display from these two. I wish they could both be at the World Championship. Unfortunately, one can make it through.
Lots of blatant fouls there from DullenMIKE, couple in succession in the middle of the pitch. Let's have a quick look. Perfect. Mark 11 in action here. 6-4 down still.
Not much has changed, really, has it, in the last nearly 50 minutes since we left it. It was Mark 11 that snatched a goal back just before half-time. It was 6-3 down from being 2-0 up in that game. Speaking of Mark 11 now, could pull this back to 6-5.
Didn't quite have the option on the edge of the box to recycle into. He was forced to go probably a little bit further back than he wanted to. He didn't have anyone in the pocket on the edge of the D. As he looks for the first time through ball there to release Harry Kane. Probably wanted rolls the other way around there. Kane with the incisive pass as Matuidi's in behind. Green time finish across the goalkeeper. Quana puts distance between himself And footways mark 11.
Well, speaking of a lack of distance, let's jump over to this one, Richard. 5-5. Happy. Elise. Yascow. What a tackle. Penalty. DullenMIKE. Can't quite believe the mistake he's just made. Happy once again from the spot. Scores. It was penalty drama that took him to an FC Pro Open last year. And it might be more penalty drama that will take him to a World Championship.
Absolutely. There's got to be a word more than entertaining. Fascinating FC on display. That's what it is.
Minutes left, and of course, the bigger problem for DullenMIKE. He's only got 10 players left on the pitch. How does he try and manage this one, Rich?
You just got to go. You've just got to go for it. Hail Mary.
And Happy might be able just to find all the gaps in between, or just be even more smart and just take time out of the game. He's in a winning position now.
That's nice. Ooh. 7-5 would have been game over.
How this game can change, though, Rich. He was 86th minute on his way. He fought to win in the game. 90th minute clutch moment from Happy.
Back post.
Bit of space. So much space.
Offside. He's offside. He went too late.
Wasted it. DullenMIKE, though, he's only got 10 players on the pitch, but does he care? Pedro now, ball roll, Travella! 6-6! This game screams penalties!
I'll answer your question for you. No, he doesn't care. DullenMIKE does what he wants, when he wants, and with 2 minutes left to play, including a minute of injury time. Penalties are looming.
Well, back over here then. Quana is 50 minutes away from sending himself into his first ever World Championship. What a story this man has got from really sort of just being discovered online via, I believe it may have even been the E-League One Challenge last year. He won that competition. He has been playing in every single Cash Cup possible, even Wicked Wednesdays amongst those. Was 1 or 2 wins away last year in Sweden from getting to the Esports World Cup. And then this time around, was able to get himself into the play-ins via the FC Pro November Cup. And then since then, Richard has just been able to continue his consistency from a top 4 in the French League One this year. And he is in an unbelievable position right now.
It's the perfect example of practice, isn't it? Practice makes perfect, as we're into penalties.
Penalties, whoa, whoa, whoa. Nuno Mendes for DullenMIKE, Richard. There you go, perfect pen so far.
Eusebio stepping up to the spot for Happy. Goes to the bottom right and just tucks it underneath the goalkeeper. And now Vieira equal to the task.
Is it going to be more penalties, as I said again, for Happy, that have been huge in his FC Pro career? Mbappe down the middle, 3 for 3.
Mendes. Saved! The first blip falls on Happy's sheet as Dybala puts Happy.
Has to score. Has to score. Elise does. DullenMIKE is in your hands. An FC Pro World Championship ticket. Pedro now steps up, scores! DullenMIKE is on his way to a World Championship.
Absolute adulation for DullenMIKE. Happy, so close. But again, Brandon, very similar to PHzin. It has not been a great season. It's not been a great couple of years for that man right there. But DullenMIKE, when the lights shine brightest, he is a Pro Cup champion in his own right.
The last time we saw that man was at the Virtual Bundesliga Grand Final in Cologne, Germany. He got a top 8 finish in that tournament, and he said, look, give me a few months, give me a bit of time. He's come back in the best way possible, the best DullenMIKE we've seen. You're right to say in quite a few years, Richard Buckley. Since 2022 was the last time it was at a World Championship. He's back there again this year. He takes spot number 31. He will be staying in Riyadh for an extra few days, maybe an extra week, because this time next week he could be a world champion. He is there. Congratulations, DullenMIKE.
And he's done it with 10 men on the pitch. Penalties! Pushing DullenMIKE into a qualifying position. And speaking of qualifying, Quana takes home the final spot.
I mean, for me, out of the 4 players that's got through, this man's story is the most interesting. Quana is there. It's about time that he had his opportunity on the main stage to show what he is all about. As far as I'm aware, a free agent as well coming into this competition. He qualified as a free agent online from home, and he might be the only player there without a team. Quana is there. He is on his way to an FC Pro World Championship. Massive congratulations to him. He has been working so hard for this moment. And what an incredible couple of days it's been, Richard. 4 days, a relentless format. And probably my favourite signature of them all. Quana is there. He will be battling it amongst the best 32 players next Thursday in Riyadh as part of the $1 million prize pool.
Commiserations to all 4 of those players who just lost out in the final moments. Umut, Mark 11, Happy. It really is a cruel mistress. Missing out in the last game that you can possibly play.
Well, those are the 4 keys, aren't they? That'll be thrown into the competition.